The skeletal system.
Hi, kamusta na kayo? Kumusta ang pagsagot nyo sa modules? Kung mayroon kayong mga tanong, pwede kayong mag-GC sa akin. Kung kailangan yung sagutan ko yung mga mahihirap na question. Pero kung mayroon kayong mapagtanungan, pwede naman sa inyong parents or ate, kuya, or mga auntie na may alam sa mga topic. At kung wala kayong mapuntahan, matanungan, pwede kayong mag-GC sa akin or personal or doon sa ating GC. But reminders, be honest in answering the modules. Ang pag-asagot, hindi yung kopyahin lang agad. Dapat basahin talaga. Tapos after reading, i-check nyo yung, pwede i-check nyo at lagyan nyo, pwede i-check nyo, kayo na lang mag-check. Pwede yan. Or kung ayaw nyo, pwede ako na rin. Para ang purpose ng pagtingin sa answer key, hindi yung pagkatapos mong mag-answer para mabatid mo kung ikaw ay tama or mali. Pag mali, lagyan mo ng X para alam mo at tandaan mo yung answer para sa sunod na maulit pa yan na question na yan kasi paulit-ulit lang ng mga lesson eh. Lalo yun pag English, yung mga reading comprehension, ulit-ulit lang yan pa medyo pagdating sa high school, medyo mahirap na. So, maging tapat kayo kasi kung ano yung itinanim yan ang iyong aanihin. So, be good always. Pagsikapan nyo ang pag-aaral nyo kasi para yan sa inyong kinabukasan. So, good luck. God bless.
Before I start, get a, a 1/2 sheet of paper and write 1 up to 15. And I'm going to read the question. I will start now. The following are the functions of the skeletal system, except. What do you mean by except? Kung sa Filipino yan, maliban sa isa. So, hindi kasama. A. It gives shape to the body. B. It serves as the framework of the body. C. It protects the internal organ of the body. D. It circulates oxygen and removes carbon dioxide. I will give you 3 seconds to think of your answer and write it in your paper.
Okay.
So time is up. So before I tell you the correct answer, check your answer honestly. If your answer is correct, then write check. If you are wrong, put X. And always correct yourselves of what is correct answer. So in the in the next quiz or in the next exam, you can answer it correctly. So, okay, the answer is letter D. It circulates oxygen and removes carbon dioxide. Is not the function of the skeletal system because circulating oxygen was the function of the circulatory system. Okay. Do it now. So hands up the correct answer. Who got the correct answer? And those who are wrong, put X on that on number 1. Why? Number 2. Why is bone marrow important to the body? A. It stores much fat. B. It makes the bone strong. C. It produces red blood cell. D. It produces new bone cell. 3 seconds to think an answer. Done? If you are done, the correct answer is letter C. Bone marrow, it produces red blood cell. If you are correct, put check on the number 2. And if you are wrong, write X. Be honest.
Record.
Number 3. It manufactures the blood cells in the body. A. Bone marrow. B. Blood. C. Blood cell. D. Hands joints.
Joins.
3 seconds. Think of the correct answer.
Joins.
Time is up. The correct answer is
Hands joins.
bone marrow.
Bone marrow.
If you are wrong, put X and the number 3. If you are correct, put check. Yay! Check ang tanan. Hands up ang mga naka-check. Kasi binabasa yung module.
Ako? Ano? Yay! Ano yung mali?
Number 4, which body system that protects the organs of the body, such as the heart, lungs, and the brain? A. Skeletal system. B. Circulatory system. C. Muscular system. D. Digestive system. 3 seconds for your answer. Time is up. The correct answer is letter A. Skeletal system protects the organs of the body, like the heart and lungs and the brain. So if you are check, right? Check on number 4. And if you are wrong, put X on the number 4. Okay? Hands up ang nakasagot. Okay. The skin is the largest organ in your body. Which of the following describe the function of the skin? We have Roman number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are part of the questions. Roman number 1 protects the body from physical and chemical injuries. Roman number 2 makes the skin darker. Roman number 3 acts as sensory response. 4 helps in the formation of vitamin D. Number 5 regulates body temperature. Number 6 carries the body wastes. So, in answering this kind of question, pwede tayong gawa tayo ng technique, elimination round. Alin kaya dito sa mga numbers ang pwede nating eliminate na hindi sa tingin nyo ay hindi siya nag-describe sa skin? Think of it. And look for the choices here. Oh, sa tingin nyo, oh, it might be makes the skin darker, di ba? So, hanapin nyo dito sa choices A, B, C, D. Alin dyan ang walang Roman number 2? Think of the answer. Answer now. You have 3 seconds to answer in your paper. Hands up. The correct answer is letter A. So, makes the skin darker. So, hindi siya kasama. So, letter A. Hands up, palakpak sa mga naka-correct. And those who are wrong, put X. And better luck next time. And remember always what is the correct answer, the technique of answering. Okay? Where does the final digestion take place? A. Small intestine. B. Large intestine. C. Esophagus. D. Mouth. You have 3 seconds to jot down your answer.
How to mix it?
Are you done? Okay, check your answer. The answer is letter B, large intestine. That's the final digestion takes place. Okay, shout out, hands up sa mga naka-check, X sa mga wala na wrong. Better luck next time. The skeletal system. The skeletal system is composed of many bones. So, we will name the bones na ulo. Anong tawag sa bones nitong head? It is called skull. While yung bone, yung sternum, kita niyo yung sternum? Yung sternum is yung bones na may T-shape na siya, nag-connect na siya sa mga ribs that protect the lungs and the heart. Yung nag-connect siya sa thorax, kanyang mga bandang esophagus ba, yung pa-down siya, nag-T-shape siya. We have one sternum. And itong clavicle, yung bones na nag-connect, collarbone siya, nag-connect siya sa T-shapes ng sternum na papunta din sa may arm, nag-connect siya dyan. We have two clavicle, the left and the right. Yung nag-connect sa collar at saka sa shoulder. And we have the ribs. The work of the ribs is to protect the heart and the lungs. Walang ribs, so lagot ang ating heart and lungs. And itong spine, ito yung parang malaking tawag nito kahoy, parang parang kahoy siya ba yung kunyari. Parang bone siya nakatayo, siya ang nagposte sa atong lawas para mag-connect yung neck nga from the head and tong hip bone. Yun ang spinal column. So, itong coccyx, ito yung bone na para siyang bolt na na-connect sa spine to the hip bone para makatayo yung skeleton natin. Yung scapula, yung long bone na siya sa arm, at meron din ditong ulna, pelvic girdle. Yung pelvic girdle, yung sa hips, yung malaking mga buto, yun ang pelvic girdle. Radius, yung bone sa arm, malapit sa wrist. Carpal, yung bone na sa kamay, malapit din sa wrist. And metacarpals, yung mga bone sa gitna ng mga kamay. Phalanges, yung mga bone sa tip ng mga kamay natin. So, yun. So, ano ang mga bones? Question, ano ang mga bones na sa kamay? Carpals, metacarpals, and phalanges. Itong femur, ito yung bone na mahabang bone sa leg. At ang patella, yung knee bone, yung joint yan, nag-connect sa femur at saka yung mga bone dito sa baba sa binti. Para siyang tuway-tuway, patela. Parang ano, ganun. Doon sa may tuway-tuway, patela ang tawag dyan. Fibula, may fibula. Yung bone sa binti, tarsal, yung parang joint dyan na connect sa metatarsal, and phalanges, yung bone sa dulo ng paa, phalanges. Sige, okay, recap. What we call the bone of the head, skull, yung sa may yung sa may thorax natin, ang T-shape dyan, nag-connect sa bone ng mga lungs, sternum, clavicle, yung collarbone, nag-connect sa sternum at saka sa may arm, sternum, scapula, spine, and pelvic girdle. What do you call that? Saan niya makikita? Yung bone na malalaki sa may likod ba banda, batang. Okay, that's all. For number 14 to 15, we have to say it's missing part of the skeletal framework, skeletal system. For number 11, the bone of the head is called tang tatang. Answer now. What do you call that? You have 3 seconds. The answer is skull. Check your answer. If you are wrong, write X. If you are right, write check. Next is, what do you call the bone in the hips? It's called pelvic girdle. The bone sa may knee, patella. While the bone in the ribs ay sa kanang gusok, ribs, that protects the heart and the lungs. Yung bone ng sa may tiil, paa. What do you call that? Phalanges. One of the actual skeletons is the skull, which consists of cranium and facial bones. The cranium is made up of 8 bones joined together to form a rigid case that protects the brain. The face is made up of 14 facial bones. The eye socket protects the eyeball, while mandible or jaw bone is movable bone that holds the teeth. Mandible and jawbone, yung suwang natin sa face. So that is about actual skeletal bones that refers to the facial, nawong, mga bones sa nawong. Para di malimtan, facial bones. Actual skeletons, facial bones refer to face. The spinal column. The spinal column or vertebrae, neck, and backbone. Yung sa likod yan makikita, yung spinal cord, are irregular bones that protect the spinal cord, while the rib cage protect the lungs and the heart. Vertebrae are arranged on top of the other and move over each other slightly. There are 33 vertebrae in the spinal column of a child and 26 in an adult. So 33 kung bata pa, pag medyo tumanda na, 26 na lang. Why? This is so because as the child grows, the last 7 bones, so the last 7 bones, so 26 plus 7 equals 33, join together to form just 2 bones. Ribs are the bones at the side of the chest. There are 12 pairs of ribs. So how many pairs of ribs? Tang tatang. So there are 12 pairs of ribs. The upper 7 pairs are the true ribs because they are connected to the breastbone. And the last two pairs are not connected. Tung duha daw ka sa ribs. These ribs are called floating ribs. The shoulder has the collar found in the front of it. Scapula is the shoulder bone found at the back at your shoulder. Scapula. What do you call the bone that's found at the back of the shoulder? Tang tatang answer. The answer is scapula. How many pairs of true ribs? True ribs there are? Tang tatang 7 pair ribs. The upper arms have one long bone upper arms called the humerus. Katong ibabaw sa katong bukton ibabaw, humerus. And the two bones in the lower are known as radius and ulna. Katong bukog nga sa may ibo sa bukton ba dapit sa kamot duha na kabuk radius and ulna. Radius or radial bone is one of the two large bones in the forearm. The other bone is the ulna. The ulna is slightly longer than the radius. So mas dako ang ulna while the latter is usually thicker. The appendages found in the lower extremities are composed of pelvic bones. Pelvic bones, yung saan man banda, support the lower parts of the body and aid in the movement. Lower extremities, yung sa baba na natin, yung sa may batang pelvic bone, support the lower parts and aid in movement. Kaya, iwasan yung ma-slide kayo kasi mahirapan kayo makamove. Masira yung pelvic bone nyo. Kayong mag-chinelas ng mga maka-slide. The rest. Unsa man ang rest? What is rest? Rest found sa may kamot, kanang tangan nagrelo, mga bracelet. Rest connect the hand to the forearm. Each rest or carpal consists of 8 bones. How many bones in the 8 bones? The palm or metacarpal has 5 bones. Ang banda yung metacarpal, yung palm natin, kamay, has 5 bones. Inside the bones are bone marrows that are very important for the body to manufacture blood cells. So saan manufacture ang ating blood cells? Saan? Sa bone marrows. Sa bone marrows, kung wala tayong red blood cells, malipong ta. Yan na magkakos tayo ng anemia. Ma-anemic ta. So, magkakos, kung anemic ka, yun ang papasok ang mga cancer na mga sakit. Bone marrows are of two types, the red bone marrow and the yellow bone marrow. The red bone marrow is found in the humerus, femur, pelvis, and vertebrae. Saan yan banda? Mga humerus, yung mga mahaba nating mga bone, like yung nasa paa natin, saka yung sa mga bukto natin, dyan ang mga mahaba sa pelvis, mga sa likod nato nga part, mga dagko nga bukog, dyan naka-stored. And the yellow bone marrow is found in many other bones. So mostly ang mga red blood cells, yung mga laking mga bone nato, nandun sila sa mga tuhod, mga batiis. So yan. Bantay kayo sa mga kinakain nyo kasi ang mga bone natin, ma-brittle yan kung hindi natin pinapakain yung katawan natin ng masustansyang pagkain. The human skeletal system has several important functions. First is support. How does it support? The skeletal system provides the framework which supports and maintains the shape of the body. It gives the body much needed support. Number 2, protection. The skeletal system protects the internal organ of the body. Giprotektahan niya ang mga organ like the lungs and the heart. Movement. The skeletal system provides an attachment for the muscle. So siya ang doon nag-attach ang mga muscle natin, kaunuran sa skeletal system, kaya may movement which makes the body movements possible. So kung wala mga bones, yung mga muscle natin, it cannot move. Storage and supply. The skeletal system stores important minerals. So doon naka-stored ang ating minerals sa bukog nato like calcium and phosphorus and produces both red and white blood cells. So yung katawan natin, in short, pakainin natin ng mga sustansyang pagkain. After that, ma-process sa ating stomach, papunta sa dugo. Then, doon siya i-stored sa ating mga bukog. So, kung gusto nyo nga, pagtanda nyo, ligon pa nyo mga bukog. So, yung body nyo is supplyan nyo ng mga calcium, minerals, mga nutrients, kumain kayo ng mga nutritious na pagkain. Huwag kayong kumain ng mga bawal, like mga sobrang pag-inom ng mga maasim, mga yung matatamis, mga soft drinks. Kasi yun, ang tawag sa kanila is magnanakaw ng nutrients. Kinakuha nila ang mga nutrients na dapat papunta sa mga buto natin para tumibay ang ating mga buto. Iwasan ang mga bawal. Directions. Study the name of the bones inside the box. Classify them into axial or appendicular. Write your answer on your science or answer sheet. Skull, tibia, humerus, spine, carpal, scapula, femur, tarsal, ribs, ulna. Example, skull. So, belong siya sa axial. Femur, belong siya sa appendicular. Functions of the skeletal system is in the column 1, but in the column 2, explain briefly how the skeletal system works. So, like for example, A's, we have the answer, support the body. So, explain here briefly. So, support the body provides framework of the body. So, letter A will be the one to answer by yourself. Protect the internal organs. So, explain it briefly. I hope you can explain that because many of the explanations are being asked in the modules you did not answer. Others there is an answer, but others are only few are answering the essay. The table below shows some common bone injuries. Injuries, yung mga disgrasya na saktan ka, yung alin ang masakit. Supply practices or activities that can help avoid these injuries in your own words. Bone injuries, fracture, yung na-fracture, medyo naliki. Like ng mga ng sipa player. Practices, activities on how to avoid the injuries. Simply, you have to relax and others, there are some or go to the doctor. Dislocation, yung ma-dislocate yung mga bone mo dahil na-hit ng ball. Sprain, yung nabilwa. How you will avoid that? You can ask to your mother or your elder sister or your lola, especially how to first aid that. So you will write here 1 or 2 sentences, 1 to 3 or 5 sentences is the detailed one. Basta concise siya na naroon na lahat ang sagot. Direction. Answer the following questions in your science journal. Number 1. Knowing the functions of the skeletal system. Could you imagine yourself without a bone? Explain your answer in your at least 3 sentences.